Did Christ preserve his church? Jesus asked his disciples, "Who do you say that I am?" When Peter confessed that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God, Jesus answered, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it." Christ did not promise to build an invisible collection of disconnected believers. He promised to build a church, a visible body that would endure against all opposition. Later, Jesus told his apostles, "When the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all truth." The Spirit was not sent merely to guide individual Christians. He was sent to guide the apostolic church. The Apostle Paul writes, "The church of the living God, the pillar and foundation of the truth." Notice what Scripture calls the pillar and foundation of truth. Not private interpretation, not individual judgment, but the church itself. The Scriptures also testify that God faithfully preserves his people. The psalmist declares, "He who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep." And through Jeremiah, God promises that his covenant people will endure as surely as the sun, moon, and stars endure. God's plan is not one of abandonment. It is one of preservation. Jude then exhorts Christians, "Contend for the faith that was once for all delivered to the saints." The faith was delivered once for all. It was not repeatedly reinvented. It was handed down and preserved. This is where history becomes important. For centuries after the apostles, Christians worshipped in churches led by bishops. They celebrated the Eucharist as the true body and blood of Christ. They baptized infants. They honored the saints and martyrs. They preserved apostolic succession. They gathered in councils to defend the faith against heresy. The Christianity found in the writings of early Christians such as Ignatius of Antioch, Irenaeus of Lyons, and Athanasius of Alexandria looks far closer to Eastern Orthodoxy than to modern Protestantism. Then comes the crucial question: if Protestantism teaches doctrines that were unknown to most Christians for the first 15 centuries, such as Scripture alone as the ultimate authority, or the rejection of apostolic tradition, where was this form of Christianity before the Reformation? If the Orthodox Church preserved the apostolic faith continuously from the apostles onward, then it fits naturally with Christ's promises that his church would endure, that the Spirit would guide it into truth, and that the faith would be handed down once for all. The question is not whether Christians have sinned or whether reform was sometimes needed. The question is this: did Christ preserve his church throughout history, or did the church lose the faith until the 16th century? Orthodoxy answers that Christ kept his promises. Its claim is simple: the faith preached by the apostles was never lost. It was preserved, lived, and handed down from generation to generation. So study the Scriptures, study the early church, study history, and ask yourself, which Christianity can trace its faith, worship, and authority continuously back to the apostles?